What's up, everybody? And today we're checking out is China's new fighter jet Invisible, the J35. I've seen this all over the internet and I've had so many people tell me I should check this out. This new J35 that they've shown off recently. This video is by Found and Explained. I will leave a link down below to the original video. Please go over to the original video. Give it some love, give it some likes, and all the good stuff. Found and Explained are absolutely fantastic. We've watched a couple of their videos in the past, and they genuinely are brilliant. So please go over there if you're into this type of content and like and subscribe. A few things to announce first. I put up a poll on online for the two different versions of Morale. Morale is my new drink I am making. I am very, very excited. This is a completely separate business to YouTube. Here they are right here because I can't find them on my phone. You can't really see them. I put a poll up privately for the people who are genuinely like wanting to be part of Morale. And I think out of 100 people, the circular logo is just winning. And then yesterday, I decided to put the poll live here on YouTube for everyone, just randomly to vote if they wanted. And with over, how many votes have we got? 147 votes right now. Oh, no, I just refreshed it. 148 votes. There is literally 2 votes difference between the two. And this is going to decide what is the label of the drink for the business. Like, this is crazy. 75 people have voted for the circular logo, choice 1, and 73. So 75 and 73 people have voted for the second, option 2, which is absolutely crazy. It is down to the wire, and I'm going to give it one more day for us to decide which one we want to do. So if you want to be involved, if you want to vote on which can we will use for this new business I'm making, link down below. Go and check it out. Also, check out Chug. 10% off. Link down below. Get yourself a fantastic Christmas present. This is literally the best drinking vessel in the world. Really well made here in the UK by a small business. You can get them customized with your initials. Check them out. Link down below. 10% off. Link down below. But for now, let's shut up. Let's pull this up and let's see what China has been copying now.
This video is brought to you by Squarespace and their new design intelligence. The F-35 is the latest Chinese 5th gen fighter. Wait, hold on. That's not right. That's not the F-35 at all. Let me restart.
So the difference between the F-35 and this J-35, from what I've seen in images, is that J-35 is a twin engine, whereas the F-35 is single. But they've copied a lot. They've copied a lot.
A new 5th gen carrier-based fighter has entered the market under the designation J35, and it's the future of the Chinese Navy. Made to operate from the new Type 0003 carriers as a multi-role fighter, the J35 wants to dominate the South China Sea and further increase the threat against American fleets in the region. So today, let's look...
I mean, it's a nice looking aircraft, isn't it? The other thing as well is actually, is it as good as what China are saying? Because this is such a common occurrence where it's always, oh my God, it's the F-30, it's going to destroy the F-35. It's the next big thing. Oh my God, it's going to destroy the F-22. It's the next big thing. And they end up just being kind of mediocre, don't they?
Into the development and the history of the Chinese answer to the F-35 and answer the lingering question. Is it just a ripoff or is it any good?
Probably a ripoff. I mean, he's probably decent, but it's also probably
hey
a
gang,
ripoff.
We're on a mission to get to 1 million subscribers, so if you haven't already, become a sub and join the Found and Explained army.
Please do. Honestly, their channel is genuinely fantastic. Link down below. Go over and subscribe. If you like this type of content, you should be subscribed to them. They are fantastic. I mean, it looks so much like an F-35.
China entered the 5th gen aircraft game over a decade ago with an aircraft called the J-20.
This is the J-20.
It was ridiculed in the media by both the West and Russia. But then the J-20 prototype had its first flight in 2011. And just a year later, another plane followed under the designation FC-31.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's the
FC-31,
FC-31.
which was sort of a unique design, combining the characteristics
It's got them weird front, like the Eurofighter has, isn't it?
Of the F-22 and European delta wing canard configurations, the FC-31 was much less innovative and more of a
No, but it seems like this is where they're really starting to go towards the F-35. I mean, look at the two designs here. This is not the J35, by the way, that the video is dedicated, which is even more like the F-35. But they did keep the twin engines on this FC-31 over on the J35. And you can see that the design is very similar.
of a copycat in its design, resembling a love child of the F-22 and the F-35. The media didn't give too much space to this jet as it was just a prototype and it soon went into hiding, apparently losing the JXX program competition to Chengdu and their J20. But this was not the whole truth. Let's grab some tinfoil and get down to it.
Oh my god.
You see, China
This music! They're putting some beats on, aren't they?
has two major aircraft development companies, Chengdu and Shenyang. Both were
Interesting.
competing starting from the 90s onwards for a job to build a new Chinese 5th gen fighter under the JXX program. Historically speaking, Chengdu was responsible for more original designs in the People's Liberation Army Air Force, and Shenyang did licensing of friendly nations jets and copycat designs of, let's say, less friendly nations.
Yeah.
So in recent years, they're basically the ones behind the J11 family, basically a license of the Su-27 and their descendants, the J15 and 16, while Chengdu developed the J10 and J20, which are...
That looks badass right there, though, doesn't it? Let's be honest. That looks pretty sick right there, doesn't it? That looks pretty sick. Like, I get it. It's no F-22 or F-35, is it? But still.
both original designs. Well, kind of. This information will be important throughout the story, so let me lay it all out. In 2008, Chinese hackers breached into the Joint Strike Fighter program in America and stole thousands of documents regarding the development of the F-35 stealth fighter.
Classic. Looking over your shoulder, copying your paper. Classic. Let's be honest, they can never do anything innovative themselves.
A lot of these were incorporated into future aircraft like the AOTS style integrated targeting system, the canopy and front section, and the DSI intakes. But more on that later. Chengdu with the J20 obviously won the contract and went into serial production.
Wow.
But the FC-31 wasn't dead. And
So what I'm thinking he's getting at is the FC-31 is what turned into the J-35.
recently, it got a big upgrade. The Chinese, through various means, and I really do mean various, have managed to create a new fighter jet that might just match the stealth capabilities of the various Western powers. Now, I'm going to get into just that point in a moment, but there is a lesson here. That you shouldn't be afraid of new technology, and new ways of approaching the same problem can come up with radically new solutions. And I've applied that exact idea with my merch store, foundandexplained.shop, now powered by the new Squarespace.
I'm guessing, yeah, this is a bit of an ad. I'm just going to skip the ad real quick, guys. So this is the images of the J35
Last
officially.
year, the first photos of a completely new aircraft named the J35 leaked from China. Leaked meaning the Chinese probably purposely showed them because at this point they wanted the US to know what they were developing.
They wanted the US to know, hey, look, see them documents that leaked not long ago? We've made an F-35. But don't worry, it's not an F-35. We'll change the first letter. We'll put a J there. We'll keep the 35, just, we want to show that, it has been inspired by the F-35, but we'll change the F. We'll put a J there instead. It just makes sense, doesn't it? We want to give, a bit of callbacks to the original design, the F-35.
And it's the biggest slap in the face. The new J35 is significantly different from the original FC-31 design and significantly similar to the F-35.
Oh my God. Look at that. It's practically the same thing. Look how similar it is. Oh my God. Like, let me move my head to the other side over here. Look at the front. It's practically exactly the same. Like, you can see this exact design. Wow. How they managed that.
5. The design similarities were uncanny, starting with the whole front section that was ripped straight off the F-35. But they didn't stop there. They also took the vertical stabilizers, as well as the enlarged wing design and horizontal stabilizers.
But look, they have, again, they've gone for the twin engine on the back rather than a single engine. I wonder if it can do vertical takeoff and all that lot. I wonder if it was them documents that they also got, or whether they weren't able to do that.
From the Navy F-35C. The F-35, I mean, the J-35 also has...
I need to move my head out the way, yeah. Let me move my head up here.
IRST and other targeting equipment integrated on the same spot as the F-35 and in the same indium oxide covered housing. The new jet also has new engines. Unlike the first prototype, powered by a variant of the Russian RD-33 engines from the MiG-29, the J-35 has indigenous WS-13 engines with serrated nozzles to improve the stealth capability. Plus, there are no visible outer weapon mounting spots like on the Korean KF-21, so we can assume that all the weapons are stored internally, making this truly a 5th-gen aircraft with stealth in mind.
Yeah, I mean, it also makes... I mean, we're not going to know unless it's actually in service, are we? We're not going to know a lot of the stuff about this unless we actually see it in combat or get close up to it. But the truth is, the US probably knows everything about this already. Like, the US government, or at least some of these private agencies like Lockheed Martin, they probably know every single bolt that's on this already. They probably already have that information, let's be honest. Like, the amount of information that the US can get from places is just ridiculous.
Also, some other interesting details to note as well. It features a one-piece canopy open frontally on a latch, just like the F-35, and the pilot seat is tilted backwards to improve high-G maneuverability for the pilot. The wings are collapsible, further cementing the role of a naval aircraft.
Yeah.
And this is a good foundation for the rest of the story, where this aircraft will be used.
It's great production on these videos, isn't it?
The Chinese lately are very keen to build a strong navy, knowing that in case of a conflict, if the US does...
They want to build a strong navy so they can invade Taiwan, that's why.
close their access to the Pacific Ocean, their economy is in big trouble, and the Chinese Navy is the only one capable of preventing this event, spearheaded by their new aircraft carriers.
How many aircraft carriers do they actually have? Let me pull up a quick Wikipedia page. How many Chinese aircraft carriers? They currently have 2. That's it. Doesn't America have like 1 million? They only have 2? As of 2024, the Chinese People's Liberation Navy has 2 active carriers, with the 3rd currently undergoing sea trials and a 4th carrier currently called Type 004 and featuring nuclear propulsion might be under construction. So they're still lacking vastly in that department, aren't they?
From 0 to 3 carriers in just over a decade, they have surpassed even the Soviet Union. Damn, that's impressive. And this is important for our J-35.
I mean, it's not that impressive to surpass the Soviet Union, is it?
As well. The growing threat of war over Taiwan and the Chinese influence in the region has made tensions between them and the US higher than ever before.
There's a rumor that 2027 they're going to go for it and they're going to try and take it because, I don't know if you know this, on Taiwan there is a chip manufacturer that is highly sought after and China want it. And it makes complete sense that they want it. And so they're using the whole Taiwan's part of China as an excuse to try and take it. To which the US is like, no. We're not going to let that happen. And the US will get involved.
China is not just a second-hand between them and the US higher than ever before. China is not just a...
Why did he put that in?
a second-hand army anymore using ex-Soviet weapons. This threat is real.
Yeah.
And the deployment of US forces in the region and development of this new technology is proof of this. The Chinese have already made their own Navy fighter, the J-15, a copy of the Soviet Su-33 with improved electronics, which would be used on its Type 001 and 002 carriers that have ski jumps.
That's
just like
interesting.
the Soviet Kuznetsov carriers, which they have based their development on. But this new carrier, the 003, is technologically much superior and
So this one won't have nuclear power in it?
will be fitted with an electromagnetic catapult, just like the Gerald Ford class carriers in the US Navy.
Interesting.
Again, China moving up from Soviet technology.
Yeah.
China wants to equip its new carrier with stealth multi-role fighters, and this is exactly the role that the J-35 is aiming to fulfill.
Yeah, so that makes me wonder. So the fourth one will have nuclear power on it. So it's years before they even have a fourth. And just to put it in perspective, how many does the US have? It has like 15 or something, right? How many US aircraft carriers? I think they have 11 and 9 helo carriers. I mean, as of 2021, there is an estimate 46 aircraft/helicopter carriers in service worldwide, with the United States having 11 aircraft carriers and 9 helo carriers. Nearly as many as all other countries combined, followed by Japan and France, each with 4. So the U.S.
Speaking of this role, the J-35 will be
China's got a long way to go.
supplementing the J-20 fleet as well, because the J-20, as we mentioned in our video dedicated to this jet, is primarily a large interceptor and an air dominance fighter like the Raptor.
Yeah.
And the J-35, on the other hand, looks more towards the role of a multi-role fighter with a specialization in SEAD, air-to-ground, or naval operations.
Yeah, this is actually what you said there, more of a jack of all trades type of thing. This is actually quite a good point that I want to make. I saw on X this morning, or Twitter, if you just want to call it that. Where is it? Elon Musk actually commented on the F-35, which I thought was a very interesting take. Where is it? I literally was looking at, here it is. So someone, who is it? Mark Anderson. I don't know who that is. But they tweeted, that's declassified Pentagon F-35 study details reliability security woes for America's coolest weapon. Lack of reliability and ready jets married years of combat testing, issues including gun installations, repair times, and cybersecurity. Talking about the F-35. And he retweeted it. Elon Musk. It's not going to load. And Elon said the F-35 design was broken at the requirements level because it was required to be too many things to too many people. This made it an expensive and complex jack of all trades, master of none. Success was never in the set of possible outcomes, and manned fighter jets are obsolete in the age of drones anyway. We'll just get pilots killed. I don't agree with that last statement. I think that manned aircraft are still going to be a thing for at least the foreseeable future. I understand he's quite a visionary and sees the future quite a lot, and so his thoughts of the future is drones only, which I can see as well. But I think we're a lot longer away before we get to that point. And so between now and then, we need to make sure that we have a fighter jet that's actually legit. And the F-35, I've said this in quite a few videos, that it doesn't seem to excel in every single point, but it's good. It's good in everything. And I think that even if the F-35, here's my take on it, even if the F-35 is still a jack of all trades, I still think that its fighting capabilities are better than any other country's aircraft. 100%. So it might be a jack of all trades, but it still excels in everything compared to everything else out there. That's my point I want to add on to his.
So it's time for the big question. How would the J-35 actually size up against the F-35 in combat?
We don't know.
What is its real capability?
We don't know.
In terms of electronics and aircraft weaponry, the Chinese have done a lot in the last decade. We've got to give credit where credit is due. All of the latest aircraft are equipped with AESA radars, including the J-20 of course, and the J-35 won't be an exception. It's rumored that KLJ-7A is stated as a new radar, which is very interesting because just like the Russian N036 in the Su-57, this radar has a two-side mounted antennas, giving the plane much better coverage than the standard frontal 120 degrees.
That could be completely foreign language to me. I have no idea what he was talking about there.
Its projected range is around 200 kilometers, which is less than the AN/APG-83 on the F-35, but everything else, like the SAR resolution and LPI capability, is just pure speculation because we just don't have the information available.
We're not going to know. We're not going to know unless we actually kick off with them, to be honest with you.
Come on, America. Hack their database so we can add it to a video.
The thing is, America's not going to hack their database because they probably already know this stuff. They probably have people in there that are giving them information. They probably already have systems in place to get all this information. This is not going to be difficult for them to find out.
But air-to-air capability of this fighter is quite interesting. China has developed a new medium to long-range missile like the PL-12 and PL-15, and while the PL-12s are outmatched by the latest AMRAAM variants, the PL-15s are actually superior in range to AMRAAMs.
Wow.
This is one of the reasons why the US Air Force is currently developing the new AIM-260 JATM that will be able to outperform the new Chinese missiles. The People's Liberation Army Air Force has a huge variety of laser and satellite-guided ordnance today, and as we mentioned, the J-35 has integrated EOTS, giving it the capability to have a completely stealthed-out multi-role layout.
It's just countries are going to be constantly competing to have the best military. Like, when is it going to, like, where's the cap? We're going to get into like space travel and people are going to be making fighter jets in space that are better than each other's. Like the cap's just going to keep rising, isn't it? It's almost crazy in a way.
The stealth performance of this aircraft is also just a big question mark because we can't say anything with any amount of certainty, but it does feature stealth coatings.
The public can't say anything with any amount of certainty, but I know the US government already know everything about it.
Serrated nozzles and hatches, as well as an S-shaped air duct, so it's definitely in the range of low observable. Chinese engineers have also been stating that the J-35 is designed in a way to optimize low observability, even in the L and KU bands, which is one of the issues that the F-35 has.
Interesting.
Wouldn't it be funny if the Chinese got around this problem? However, the actual game changer for this new jet could be the brand new PL-21 missiles with that 300-kilometer range, which the J-35 should apparently carry, just like the J-20. But again, this is all speculation for now.
Interesting.
Whatever the case,
change in volume there, Jesus.
This jet is still just a prototype. And we have, on the other hand, over 1,000 F-35s built so far.
Yeah.
So, to put it simply, it's no match for the F-35 in reality. At least for now.
It's not.
The Chinese are dead
and it's not going to be. Let's be honest. It's just not going to be for a long time.
Serious about their 5th gen program, and the J-20 is seeing massive productions with 210 in service and the production capability of 100 to 120 airframes per year, which would bring their number to over 1,000 by 2030.
Yeah.
We know that they obviously can mass produce 5th gen aircraft, and even if it's inferior to its Western counterparts, this is a big red alarm because countering a threat this big wouldn't be easy.
Yeah, God, can you imagine if there was a full-out war between China and Japan? China and America? Like, my God, if they did kick off with Taiwan and the US got involved, oh my days. Could you imagine? We'd actually see these two types of fighter jets fighting each other. Oh my God.
Chinese can just outproduce us. So what do you think? Is the J-35 going to stay just a prototype and another made in China joke? Or is it possible a serious F-35 competitor is now on the battlefield?
Fantastic video by Found and Explained as always. We've watched a few of their videos in the past and they're absolutely fantastic. You should go over and subscribe to them. I think that the J-35 is just going to be a bit of a show and tell thing. Yes, they'll have some involved. I don't think it'll be that much. I don't think it'll be their primary aircraft. And I think it is just trying to copy, isn't it, at this point? But at the same time, I understand. Like, why try and innovate when you could steal documents from America and get some of the best information in the world, the best information in the world on fighter jets, and then take that and try and improve it in a way. Like, that makes sense for them. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is, and obviously they're trying to do something with that information out there. And if you're Chinese and you're against the US, then that's a positive thing for them. But I don't think they're any match for the F-35 or the F-22 or any of the other aircraft that the US have got currently. I really don't. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Don't forget to check out the poll. We're literally two. Let me get the results up real quick. We've had one more vote since. We're literally 2 votes difference between the two. So please go down below, vote on that, and also check out Chug, 10% off, link down below. You deserve to get yourself an absolutely legendary drinking vessel. Until next time, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.